All right. So the first, I wanted to talk about two things today. One has been my pet peeve of no-shows for mentoring, and I have been researching uh, text reminder softwares that we could use to remind our mentees to show up for our sessions. Okay, and I have pretty thoroughly researched. I found that I think the one that I'm going to go with. I looked at one called Z Reminder, uh, and the one that I have selected is called Remind1. Not to be confused with Remind, which found out was a completely different thing. So the nice thing about it, and here is, for example, I put out this little example. It's not a sport thing, but my wife and I are going to the art museum. So all you have to do is put the phone number and pound sign and it will automatically create a reminder. And here are the reminders. You can see over on the right. I have a program you can do as many as you want, but I have two. One goes out 24 hours before your appointment. One goes out 2 hours, and it's completely customizable. And it says, "Hi, this is Steve." Blah 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 blah. You've all gotten reminders. You can make it say anything you want. Okay. Uh, the beautiful thing about this software is pricing. Okay, it's $118 per year for 1,200 reminders, and they have scalable pricing. So it's 10 cents a reminder. Now, to be quite honest, it is worth it to me. I know Score doesn't have a lot of anybody right now, but I'm going to do this. Okay. And I would make this offer, it's completely scalable in the sense under one account, we can have as many users as we want. Okay. So I will send through Pat an invite. Anybody who wants this, we'll have to figure out. So 1,200 reminders is the base purchase. You can go all the way up to any number, depending on how many people use it. And we can split this among, if we have one person or 20 people, however many want to use it. Steve, if we want to do it through the organization, we can do it that way. I'm happy to kind of be a payment if that would, because it's so inexpensive. I mean, $118 per year, and if you divide it by two, because I think you can look on the reports how many sessions you're doing a month, extrapolate out. I can figure out how many reminders I'm going to send 2 reminders per person. So pretty easy math. So I think this is a good solution. I will tell you, as I've been testing it now the whole month of April. I've had no shows. And the beautiful thing they do, which is what I always dreamed of, is they will call me and say, "Steve, we can't make it to the." Jeez, that's what I want you to do. That I need to live my hey. It's a smart business. Anyway, so go ahead.
118 for a whole, and up to 1,200 remind.
1,200 reminders. Now you can buy 2,500. It's 10 cents per reminder. So they have steps. If we got a lot of people interested, we could buy, 10,000 reminders for a year.
It's just a bit of perhaps useless trivia on this. Based on this, I've done some research into marine people, and I found the vast majority of the no-shows consist of early clients with whom I've not yet established a relationship. If they get a relationship going, the numbers are extremely low, and I'm almost yes, right.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, and you know, if you wanted, this interfaces with Google Calendar and Outlook.
Okay.
If you, for example, didn't want to send to people, you don't have to. And the nice thing, now I'm using, from the way I'm doing it, I use my personal calendar. You could obviously set up with your SCORE Gmail, a Gmail calendar with your other account, and you have two calendars, and then you can sync them together. However you guys want to do it, but it's just really easy. They have a really nice customer service department. You might need one phone call to get it set up. I can, now that I've had a phone call, I can try to help you, but you know, they have an 800 number and they'll schedule time for you. Any other questions, Stu?
You said remind one, is that the number one or the word one?
One, remind number one.
The number one.
Yeah.
The numeral one.
Number one.
Not the words. My name is.
I mean, that's what we have to figure out. We can work that out. Yeah.
And they do both text and email, or do they primarily, how do they communicate?
They use it's a text reminder.
Text reminder, okay.
I think they have an email advisor. The problem is no, you know, Google has an internal email reminder system. But people don't look at their emails, so that's why, you know, I send them emails already to remind them, but no one pays attention to us. So their questions, yeah.
Steve, I don't know if you know the number, but just putting it in perspective, how many no-shows does the chapter have a year?
I have no idea.
Oh,
It's, you know, for those, I think, people who have done mentoring for a while, you know, I don't think it's a huge percentage, but it's, you know, incredibly irritating because you blocked out, and you know, I've had days, which many other people have, and you get 2 no-shows, so you blocked out 2 hours and you could have done something legal, you know, done whatever. Go ahead.
It's got 25%
yeah, say it.
of our clients.
And how many clients a year?
Well, this is nationwide. So of 150,000 Manhattan clients a year, 25% of them either don't show up for the first session or the second. To the point is that when there's a greater relationship, it's the third, fourth, fifth, but it's much less of a problem.
Yeah.
And so obviously most of our mentors use their own text, their own phone to text. But what Steve is really addressing is not only that issue, but the idea of just like a dentist sends out, you know, a series of messages. The mentor doesn't have to keep repeating it and saying it, so it's a much more mechanized system. But if I may add, what Steve is doing, and Ann's still on the call, is that is one side of the coin that is a challenge. We have 2 challenges in SCORE in terms of our mentoring services. One is what we're talking about here. The other challenge that I think we discussed last month is our MRE initiative, which is that we need our mentors nationwide. So not talking the St. Louis chapter, but nationwide to more quickly accept and connect with a new mentor assignment. Here's the statistic. 23% of the people who come to SCORE and ask for a mentor are never connected with a mentor. Now, some of those people, they don't work. The issue of speed, that if you don't get to these clients quickly, and there's a whole expectation today of speed, that we're going to lose them. And the standard for is 2 days, 2 business days, we can cap 2 business days to connect with a request of a new client. But we also know that our mentors are not that dissimilar than our clients. They don't often enough get their SCORE email. they address their texts. Okay. So the Silicon Valley chapter in the month of May is doing an experiment. So it's an experiment for the whole West region. And the experiment is that they're going to get a text alerting to them that they need to check their SCORE volunteer email because they've got a new vendor installed.
Maybe they're using Remind1.
I don't know if they use it, so what they developed, they can do it just in Silicon Valley, the month of May, and the goal is to see in fact if they can quickly eliminate the issue of a score of volunteers who are not on pause, they're supposedly active during this period, to quickly accept the mentoring request.
But I tell you what, Pat, I will sign you up, and then you can send the text messages to the mentors.
That sounds lovely.
What's up? What phone number does this text come from?
Some number that they have that is
So a
generated.
person could look at it as spam if they get a text.
Conceptual, but like I said, I was curious if this actually works. Okay, and again, they've been doing this bunch of new clients who are immersed, and I'm not anything. So
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not possible.
So since you've been doing this and you're having great success, I'm guessing when it comes over the text, I don't know if you've had a chance to see what it says, but I would think it would let them know that it's not spam, whatever language.
Well, it says right there. You see the little message there, the little phone.
Yeah, I can't read it from here.
Okay, that's it says. It says, "Hi, this is a reminder that you have a phone call scheduled with Steve Singer." I mean, they've already established that they're so
Yeah.
you can put whatever you want. You can Steve Singer from SCORE.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you can customize it however you want.
So then it's not spam, then especially if you individually put score in there.
Yes, however you want to.
Yeah, and the other thing is it ties in what Ray was saying and what you're talking about, Steve, with mentor development on these declines and accepts as well, is to look at updating your individual profiles that are out there. So for example, if you own a small business and you've had to handle some HR for a while, but that's not what your business was, and that's not what you focused and did. You may not want to put HR, human resources, in your profile, because then if somebody contacts you and they have a HR business, or there's a big chunk of HR that they're doing, you may not be able to successfully help. You may be able to help on a very general, but if they have a real deep, specific human resource issue and things they need help with, that may not be in your wheelhouse. Now, this is just hypothetical example, okay? I recommend removing that from your profile, because what's happening is, because we're open to accept, clients from outside, they're going out and looking and putting those keywords and trying to find that mentor in an area who can help them specifically in human resource or their human resource business. So they see you, they may decide, I like what this person has, I'm going to reach out to them. And then you're assigning that client. You need a client, I can't help them with this human resource 3 questions they have, it's too deep. So I highly recommend going out there and updating your profile to be more specific of what you really feel your strengths are that you could help client.
I see this helping us with 2 issues. One is the no-shows.
Yeah.
But the second issue, which is even a bigger issue, is when you first accept a client, right? To get them to respond to you is very difficult. Mm-hmm. We run a lot higher no-show with them not replying. And we could use this tool to do that as well.
Hey,
and it'd be nice if we somehow
it could be you could set up different fixes, right? So
Steve, we have a question here on Zoom can you repeat what the name of the program is again?
Sure, it's called Remind, REMIND #1. And you can Google it. It's what's called a Gmail. It's a G calendar add-in. So it's a matter of clicking and adding that into your Gmail's again software. This is what there looks like. If you see over on the right here, that little icon, that little bell,
That's it.
that is the add-in, and that's the software.
Yeah.
So all you do, and the way if you can manually input one, or they have automated the thing so that if you put a Gmail with a phone sign and a phone number, the software automatically creates a reminder, so it's takes the work out of it. Now, obviously, it doesn't know the phone number that it's calling. We know the phone number of the client. So I'm sure I would start with this. I'm sure there will be multiple uses, and maybe we can. I'm going to send something out, see how many people are interested, um, and then we can come up with a system for doing that. So I think it's so inexpensive. We just don't need any more no shows.
Seems like it's worth a try.
Well, I'm doing it no matter what's in, because it's I've proven it to myself.
We'll most likely do this. We'll most likely do this. It's just a matter of how we roll it out. So